we've got our next gig coming up is in Shippon, the Shippon Revel.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
Band Week continues here at Get Radio. It's one of my favourite weeks of the year where we shine a light on to the fantastic musicians that are here in the county doing amazing things, performing across the county, releasing music, etc., etc., and just finding out a little bit more about them. I like this week that we dedicate it to always really, really enjoy it. And next up, we're going to be joined by Mark and Anne from the Faith Healers. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Rich.
Good morning.
Thanks so much. I'm really well, thank you. Really well. Thanks so much for being part of this. I just want to actually just go back to your message that actually you sent us for being part of Band Week, because there's a lot of kind of important things in there actually, which says that basically happy to be part of the Oxford family, and thank you for supporting local musicians. We really want to do this, and we kind of love the fact that we can have you on the show and chat and find out a little bit more about you. So let's dive straight into it. Tell us about the Faith Healers.
Well, shall I start?
Ali.
Okay, we've been going for about a year and a half. We are the remnants of not a very successful pub covers band.
That's brutally honest, Mark, and I love that.
So several members left over the COVID period, and so we came out the other end, and we could go out live doing music again. And Anne and I were the only two people left, and we said, "Well, what should we do? Don't know." We auditioned. We met Martin Jones, our drummer. We hit it off, and we just kind of reinvented ourselves from there. So what we're doing now bears very little resemblance. So we were very bad covers bands. We did covers, and because we couldn't do them the way the audience wanted them, so we changed the keys, we rearranged them, we made them look or sound completely different. So we'd finish and people would say, "Well, no, play them properly." So we thought, well, maybe we can maybe we should be doing more original music, and that. So we started moving in that direction.
It's an interesting it's interesting that you sort of touch on sort of COVID, and we're still here talking about it for many years afterwards. And we spoke and we launched right in the middle of the pandemic. So we were there and we were speaking to bands and just like yourself as well, that kind of were doing things up until a point and then completely use that horrible word pivot and changing what you were doing. So that's. It's quite a pivotal moment in your careers.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think the fact that we were just with ourselves, thinking what's next. So, and when you've been playing in your kitchen, your guitar, that 27th iteration of a song that because we all learn music with songs we know, right? And then something comes out of it, and you start to go somewhere else. And this is probably, COVID is when we started to write.
Yeah.
And then, the family aspect of it is when out of COVID, we met Martin, we clicked. We said, oh, by the way, Martin, we also do our originals. And the chemistry worked. And then we started to meet musicians. In Abingdon first. I mean, our first, I think, gig as a band was with Skitalale, with Jamie, and then we met Oxford musicians who said, "Oh, continue, keep writing your songs. They're great, and get in touch with Marcus O'Brien." And then it's a door, it's a family. Each gig for us has been new friends. Each time we were looking forward to it, thinking, "Oh, we're going to meet new fellow musicians, we're going to meet new friends." And
we've been lucky to share the stage with so many talented people, from Dark Nos, the Foamheads, Mid-Air, Barricane, Life Underground. I could go on and just hang around with these guys, and they're so supportive. The cover band scene was very competitive, but the Oxford live music scene they build you up. And they make you be a better musician.
Wow, I mean, it's amazing to this, and I hear this a lot, and I never actually stop kind of just going, wow, that is fantastic, because it's a surprising thing sometimes. You think, like you said, a sort of dog eat dog world with covers bands fighting for gigs and oh,
Yeah.
we'll do more songs and we'll do it for cheaper prices and we'll do it better than you and all this kind of stuff. But actually, when it's something that's personal to you, when it's something original, when you're striving out, it really feels that the Oxfordshire music scene, and you know, we can only talk about this because this is where we are. It really comes together. I've seen it firsthand with gigs that we've put on, the Melting Pot Boys as well, that have put on things as well. That everyone is there to support, whether it be kind of going, oh, you guys are really great, you're fantastic, or oh yeah, you can use my drum kit. It just makes sense just to like not change it over and stuff, or oh, have this amp, we can just plug straight in, it'll make the change over quicker. All of those little things just make you want to do it more, make you want to kind of keep writing and keep going to these fantastic festivals. Exactly. I noticed you played Riverside as well. Yeah. You know, all of these things that are there, for us to enjoy as you know, people who like music, but also you to kind of produce this fantastic music as well.
Yeah, it's been great, and and going back to COVID, you know, I think a lot of people's mental health was affected by that, and having the support afterwards is just been really good. Yeah, brings you back into, because spending a couple of years not being social, then going back to being social again and having all these wonderful, warm people. Yeah. It's been good for your health as well.
It is really good for your health. Yeah. And just tell us about some of the gigs that you got coming up as well, as ones that you've done across the summer as well. I mentioned sort of Riverside, where you were sort of playing at, and just, you know, that buzz and that feeling that you get from playing music live.
Yeah, well, yeah. So Riverside was really magic. That was our first on that side of the stage, really, and I mean. We've been building it for weeks, and I get a great opportunity to get to share and to meet even further people. We've seen other accents. It was wonderful. So we've got our next gig coming up is in Shippon. The Shippon Revel is the second iteration of a really lovely festival organised by by Nicky in the Pub. And
Prince of Wales.
The Prince of Wales, yes, yeah. It's not everybody's local necessarily. And it will be in support of the Oxfordshire Animal Sanctuary, actually, as well.
Yeah, and it's another festival. It's quite a small festival, local bands, but it's another festival that shows the spirit of Oxfordshire musicians. So we've put it on together. We've done the promotion together. We've cobbled together the PA, we're providing the lights, and it's providing the bass amp. So it's all been so it's kind of homemade.
Which is brilliant, isn't it? And that kind of, there's still that warm, fuzzy feeling, isn't there, about when you can kind of like chip together and kind of go, okay, well, we're supporting everyone, and ultimately a greater cause as well, with the Oxford Animal Sanctuary, who we've spoken to before on here, who do marvellous things and wonderful things. Well, that's going to be absolutely awesome. Well, look, we're going to be playing a song from an EP now. This is called Prayer. Tell us a little bit about this one.
It's probably the oldest song. I originally drafted a song with some of these words and chords when I was 19. So it was years ago.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound so surprised, Mark. I meant, of course.
And we were looking for songs to get Anne to sing more. I was doing most of the vocals. We wanted to get Anne to do more lead vocal. And I played this song to Anne. She said, yeah, it's not bad. And so Anne rewrote the words, changed the melody a bit. We took it to Martin, and it just went from what was a very simple sort of folk song to, well, when you play it, hopefully something that we think is quite epic. It builds, and maybe something we like to think is a bit orchestral. So it's gone, and it's all about the anguish of a young man and his faith.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. So, and where can people find out a little bit more about you guys? Websites, band camps, etc., etc.
Sure, we're on Bandcamp indeed. We've got Facebook, definitely has got all the links. We've got websites with past gigs, upcoming gigs as well. And
thefaithhealers.com.
Yes. Spotify, Apple. And Bandcamp,
Brilliant stuff. Well, look, it's been a real pleasure catching up with you, and just hearing about how together and how, as one, the Oxfordshire music scene is always lovely to share on the radio with everyone as well. So thank you so much for bringing that.